Hello there. Right, I hope we've gone live. I'm just waiting for a feed on my phone. I'll see who's joining me. And tonight we'll be doing the autumn wreath frame that I made. When did I make it? Yesterday, I think. Was it yesterday or the day before? Can't remember now. What day are we on? Tuesday. It might have been yesterday. Just waiting. Oh, here we go. Lovely. I can see one person's joining me. Lovely. I don't know who's there. Hello, whoever's there. All right. So we're going to make a start. As you can see, I can't quite get the whole frame in view. It is, I'll tell you which frame I've used. It is, I screwed this up earlier, but it's a ribber frame from IKEA. It's a ribber, 23 centimetres squared or 9 inches squared. So that's the frame I'm using. I'll get rid of that now. Obviously you can get frames from other places. Hi Nancy, how are you? Hope you had a good holiday. Yeah, obviously you can get frames from other places, but they're the ones I always use. I always have them in stock basically. Every time I go to IKEA, I stock up on them. But that's what I've used. So yeah, you've seen that. So now we're just going to try and put that somewhere. I don't know where. Should have made space for that. So I can kind of look at it, although I probably don't need to, because I did design it. And just to show you how I made it. Now I'm going to do it slightly different in the fact that I've changed the colours. So I'm still using the crumb cake background, which is you have to cut it because it's 9 inches square. You have to cut it from a 12 by 12 sheet of cardstock, because obviously our cardstock's only 8 1/4 wide. So that's what I've used for that. You're still using the Gilded Autumn Speciality Designer Series paper, but instead of using the creamy coloured background one, I've used this one because I didn't have any more of the other left. And then this is what I'm using for the base, and it's just a wooden frame which you can get from the works. That's where I get them from. I have to admit, I haven't bought them recently, but I'm assuming they still do them. You could use MDF, if not MDF hearts, or you could just use a piece of cardboard or mount board, what we get on the backs of our designer series paper. You could use that, get yourself a template and draw a heart, as long as it fits on here quite nicely. You want to be able to get it obviously in the middle. Can't show you the whole thing, as I say, just in the middle. So yeah, your frame goes round. But I had to be careful. Some of these started, when I put it in the frame, some of them started touching the edge, so you'd have to do a little bit of chopping. So you've got to be careful to try and keep your sprigs within. So I'm going to just flip that over. You'll see that I've actually already just used this frame. I've had to repurpose a frame today because I didn't have the chance to get to the works, and I thought I really couldn't be bothered to go and get just one frame. So I thought, well, I'm just going to use an old one. I'm just using red tape here, but our Stampin' Seal Plus would work just as well, but I don't have that. Hey Carol, how are you? Good. It looks more complicated than it is. It's really quite easy to do. This is. I have done quite a little bit of prep work, purely to cut the time down more than anything, because it's more time consuming than it is difficult, that's for sure. So once you've got this, I think this wooden heart helps no end. Just gives you a base to work on. So I hope it's not too noisy with the fan on. I've got a little fan going because I wanted to shut the windows because it's a bit noisy outside. So just try and centralise that as much as possible. It's hard to see for me, I can't. About there, I think. And just press it down. I just used Tombow to stick the DSP on the. Probably would have been a good idea to stick this onto the card mount first, but we can do it. So that's on there firmly anyway, quite firmly. And I just stuck it to. You get this inside the IKEA ribber frames, and it doesn't matter. And I just stuck it to that basically. So I'll just run Tombow all the way around. And you've got your firm base then. could use tape if you didn't want to use glue. You need a firm glue. Obviously Tombow is very good. Depends what glue you usually use, but I use Tombow, I swear by it. It sticks quite quickly as well. A little bit. Yes, it would have made sense to put that on first before putting the wooden heart on, which I did do yesterday, but I never think as straight as when I'm doing lives, when I'm doing it, taking my time. That's on there anyway. So yeah, I'll just compare it to the other one. So it's a little bit different from the other one. So you've got a darker wood in the middle and a lighter black, so it's kind of the opposite. And the paper I've used, this paper is from, it's called In Good Taste actually. And I've noticed that's a little bit wonky, but hopefully once I get, yeah, it is, it's not exactly straight. I see that now. Either that or the heart's not straight. Oh well. Hi Alison. Oh, you're going out for a meal. Lovely. I hope you enjoy it. So yeah, this is the paper just to show you that I've used. I think it's called In Good Taste. So yesterday I used a darker one, like similar to that one. That one probably. I don't, but this time I've gone for a lighter one. But that comes in 12 by 12, but I only had 6 by 6. I've cut mine all down to 6 by 6, hence why I've had to just put it in the middle. But you can, as long as you keep it in the middle, you can basically see I'm going to be covering it anyway, so you won't see those, hopefully anyway. I'll just build it out a bit. Goodness, right, now I've already prepared, oh, I've got to watch the fan here. I've already prepared my sprigs already. I've got a little bit of paper underneath. There we go. So just to tell the colours, crushed curry, soft suede, mossy meadow, Cajun craze, pumpkin pie, and these are just two of the brushed metallics, which are all from the Gilded Autumn suite. And I did use cinnamon cider yesterday, but I have completely run out of cinnamon cider, unfortunately. I've got to order some more very soon. So I just had to go with what I had. So yeah, it's all from, so the papers are from here. This is the brushed metallics that I've used. We'll be using the acorns. Obviously I'm decorating it with the acorns, with stamps and the punches, but I've already done them. I did them last week, didn't I? Cut a load out, so I've already got those. And I didn't have this ribbon, I've run out, so I've just used another one that I've got. But that's what we're using. And the sprig punch is in the main catalogue. And I can't see it. Here it is. Oh, panic then. I thought I hadn't brought it up. It's right in front of me, would you believe? So I've just got to punch a few more orange out. I'm saying to cut down on time. Really shouldn't. I have stamped and die cut everything. So yeah, these are the images from the Autumn Goodness, which I have stamped, coloured in with Stampin' Blends. Obviously use Ellie Espresso for that. The labels I've used are from the ornate frames, so it cuts like this. You can see it very well. The ornate frames, and this one's in the ornate frames as well, and that just, oh goodness me, fits inside lovely like that. So that's what I've used for those. And these, the picket fence is in the Autumn Goodness set, that's part of the bundle. So I think that's about it. Just cut a few more. Excuse me. Yeah, and while I just think about it, if you were to order a suite from the pages of the mini catalogue from the Autumn Bundle Suites, you can earn a 82 PDF tutorial from me for free if you order one of the bundle suites. If you want more information, just ask me. And also if you order a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and if you join, especially with our new join offer in September that we have. So there's 3 ways you can earn a PDF tutorial for free from me. Right, nobody's talking here. So yeah, I'm just cutting out a few more sprigs. You can see it's as easy as that. If you want to know a little bit more about our punches, you can go to my top tips that I did this morning. I talked and discussed a little bit about our punches, about the various different ones, and kind of some tips that you can do with it as well. And normally, yeah, I do cut out strips of cardstock like I showed you this morning, but I'm kind of just winging it tonight. I think that's probably enough actually. I would say if you were to do this, you would need probably at least, I would start off with at least 20 of each colour punched out. I think you probably, yeah, at least 20. You may need more. But it's just nice to have them all set to the side. And I have made a start, as you can see. Put that away now, because it's going to be like quite laborious you sitting here watch me do it. So you can see I've done it in little chunks, and all I've done, I started off with the crushed curry one, and then I just lifted it up and I laid them underneath. So I don't know if you can see that. They're pretty much like just butt up into the inside. I did that for all, but what you want to start doing is you kind of want to start tilting them a little bit. You don't want them all straight, because obviously a wreath wouldn't be like that. So you just start bringing them out a little bit and angling them as you go. But I did all that round just to save a bit of time, really. Don't need that. I am going to put the picket fence on now. And yo, for me, I actually remembered to put the adhesive sheet on it tonight. So if you, rather than mess about with glue, if you remember on your back of your cardstock before you run it through the die machine, if you place some adhesive sheet on your cardstock, look at that. I don't know if you can see it. It's already, so you run it through the die and then it's got the glue already on it, ready to stick down. How brilliant is that? So you don't have to mess about with glue. I'm going to make sure to get this on. I can't believe I put that wood panel on, not exactly level. There's that one. And obviously we're going to have to cut this off, so we'll probably go to about that one. And then you just bring the sprig punch fronds onto it a little bit to cover it. So we've got a little spare piece there. So yeah, this is really quite, not quick. I would say probably a couple of hours you'd need to dedicate to it from start to finish, maybe a little bit longer. But once you've got all your sprigs punched out, and I think I've got an idea that I might do a Christmas one actually as well. Maybe even with lights on, but probably won't do that on a live though. So there we go, that's that. I'll leave that for the time being, but that will go there on some dimensionals, but I'm just going to concentrate on doing this now. So you can go in order, or you can be a little bit random. It's entirely up to you. I have gone in order with the colours, but I'm probably going to start going a little bit random now, purely to make it look a bit natural. And then I should bring some of the metallics in as well. You don't really want to put the metallics underneath. You kind of want to keep them near the top so you can see them. The reason why I've gone round is because although our Tombow is very good, it does take a little while to dry and you don't want to dislodge it. So I would just, yeah, carry on. Let's just go on top with that. Yeah, you just want to give it a little bit of drying time. So put some under and some over the top just to make it, as I say, this is the laborious bit really for everybody, just to sit and watch me do it. And you just want to try and either make sure you're covering that area, or make sure you're covering the wood. Obviously if you were to use a 12 by 12 paper, you could just draw around the heart, use that as a template and cut the whole thing out, and then that wouldn't be an issue for you anyway. Just shows you you can use 6 by 6 paper though. You can get away with a 6 by 6. Where are you off to then, Alison? Or is it private, secret? She's still there. So it is just a case of filling it in. So as I say, go off and craft, go off and get yourself a drink if you need to. You're not really going to miss a lot for the next 10 or 15 minutes, because this is all I'll be doing. think that brings a different colour in now. Yes, go underneath. So just follow the heart round. Obviously you can do circular wreaths as well. I just fancied doing a heart shaped one because I knew I had this shape, so I kind of went with it. Simon's happy, he's singing, he's just done a Roman session. So yeah, you've got to be careful here because it will get, it will get close to the edge of the frame. If you can see that, you've got to be, yeah, try and bring them in. Otherwise, you'll end up just chomping it in the frame or having to cut it off. Or you could go for a bigger frame, obviously, if you wanted to. So that's all there is to it, really. Not difficult. Just a little bit laborious with the time, I guess, but as I say, it's something you can do watching telly. You don't have to concentrate too much. So, great one to do for telly watching. Just putting that over the top. So you can see I'm kind of mixing it up a little bit now. Right, I'm going to start adding some metallics. You could use the 3 different metallics if you wanted to. Choice is yours. Obviously you don't have to use these colours. Reds would look very nice in it, I think, actually. Oh, I've got a bit of glue on there. Hi Bev, how are you? Oh, here we go. Got a little bit of... That takes a little bit longer to dry, the metallic. Just you have to hold that down for a minute. Not a minute, but a little bit longer. You could make a whole one out of metallics. That would be very nice. Be a little bit costly on your metallic, but still, you know, the world is your oyster, really. As I say, feel free to go and get a drink while I do this because it's not going to be a quick task. Oh, I'm getting glue. You could use glue dots, but then, yeah, again, that would be a little bit costly. You just got to be very careful with your glue, although it will dry clear. Yeah, just hold that down. But you can see, even at the top list, it doesn't actually take that long to build up. Just holding it there. Probably should have cut some more metallic out. I'm not going to have that much of that, but then that's why I'll try and keep that on the top. Right, I'm going to go in with orange now, I think. Just trying to build it up a little bit more around the edge. It really is up to you how bushy you want it. If you switch the sprig around, then you get, you know, rather than having it all in the same direction or same orientation, then obviously it looks good as well. So yeah, it's really not taking long to fill that area. Let's have some Cajun craze. But yeah, the cinnamon cider did look very nice in it. I think that must be one of my favourite colours because I'm running out of it. And obviously if you get any points where it's a little bit sparse, we can always put the acorns over the top of that. So that's the general idea. So you can keep going under, or you can start coming over the top. I'm sure it's terribly boring to sit here watching me sticking it all on. I did toy with the idea of just doing a video with it, but then I thought, no, I had this in my head for a while, not to do it, and I thought, no, I'm going to show people on a live. And it goes on YouTube, people can fast forward, can't they, at the end of the day? I'm a little bit sparse here, look. You can probably see it better than I can actually at a distance. Just trying to think what I need in there. Probably another yellow. Obviously maybe take a little bit of time and just considering where it needs a bit more balance colour wise. Step back and have a good look, but I haven't got the time to do that on a live, so. But yeah, hopefully you can see that I'm, changing the angles around a little bit. Just so it doesn't look all the same. Still a little bit sparse around here, aren't we? Let's go with a bronzy one. I know it probably would have been a good idea to have a silicone mat up and have a blob of. I might do that actually on a. I think I might try it. Let's see if this is a little bit quicker. Have a little blob of glue. That might be quicker. Oh. Oh. So I've got to be careful not to keep getting glue. Yes. So I've got, I don't know if you can see it actually, I've got a little bit of glue here, just a bit of card, and I'm just popping it in the hope that the silicone mat would be brilliant for that. I'm getting it full. I said don't cover your bronze, didn't I, which I'm now doing, but and I just put my finger in it. Oh dear, that's typical of me. So hopefully, I'm now just kind of concentrating on building it up in one area. I can just see little bits of the wood underneath, not a lot. Not got any gold in yet. Nothing gold in there. Nobody's asked me anything good. I keep forgetting to look at the comments. But obviously you could do it all in different greens, especially if you're doing a circular wreath for Christmas. I'm thinking I might keep it more greens. Numerous things you can do for Christmas wreaths with it. Let's try what we need here. Green. Soft suede. The thing with these, they're like those monkey game you used to have. They cling, they get very caught around each other, so you have to be a bit careful how you store them. So I'm kind of just going off on a tangent now, not following any formal order or anything. Just filling in the gaps. Right, I need a bit more there, and probably a bit more around here. What time are we on? 25? Not too bad. You see what I mean? Like here, they start clinging to each other, and I really have put that heart. I think that's why the wood. I think that heart is on the wonk a little bit. That's why. Oh well. That one, I mean, I probably might have to prise that off and redo that if I can get it off. There we go. Let's try and think what we need up there. So yeah, it is just a case of looking at it, and seeing where you think it needs some more filling in. I might need to punch some more shapes actually. Well, obviously I can always do it afterwards. No, that needs a metallic, I think, in there. There's quite a lot of metallic there. Oh well. It's hard to see in this light actually. Don't think I need too much more. Maybe a bit at the top. I'm getting glue on that metallic now. I think my fingers are getting a little bit messy. I can stick an icon on top of that. I'm going to put something else at the top. Don't know what. Yeah, probably could do with some soft suede just quickly. So you can see how quickly you rack through the sprigs. And why you need quite a lot of each colour. That's better. I know the ribbon will be going on there as well, so we'll be covering most of that. Bit of yellow. That's strange, I'm getting him in my phone, that's meant to be on mute. Probably a little bit more there. As I say, you can take a lot more time than I can, seeing where it's balanced and where it's not. A bit down the bottom maybe. It's one of those things, especially with me, you can just go on and you know, never be happy with it. You just have to be happy with it. I think just come to the conclusion that enough is enough. But as I say, I think you know, you want it quite bushy. You don't want bare spots, do you really? Bit too orange. Could do it. Oh, there's a green. I think it's quite nice having some facing it coming inwards as well. Might do that the other side actually. Around there. Just to balance it out a little bit. But yeah, you could come in more if you wanted to. Yes. But yeah, I'm happy with that. I think, as I said, it depends whether you like seeing this wood or not. I might think about filling that in. Maybe. Or, as I say, to solve that, don't cut your paper up in 6x6 like I did, and then not have any 12x12 left. You wouldn't have that issue then. Yeah, that's not very curved now. Right, I'm just gonna. You want to be conscious that you don't want to lose your curve of your heart, which is going to happen if I'm not careful. I've got no muscle suede left. Let's go with a Hey Marion, how are you? Yeah, I'm not going to add too much more over that because it's going to lose the shape. I think I'm going to say enough is enough. So I've actually got quite a few of the other punched colours out, but not the ones I needed, funnily enough. Yes. So this is going to all go up on dimensionals. I don't think I've got any Stampin' Up! Mini ones, or some contraband ones. Right, here we go. So as I say, I did this on very vanilla because of the Speciality Designer Series paper is very vanilla, not Whisper White. I like to keep it all the same. That very vanilla. In Early Espresso I stamped it and coloured it in with Stampin' Blends. I will put on my blog tomorrow all the colours that I used, if anybody's interested. Oh, my fingers are so sticky. You really need tiny little ones. You might even have to cut them a bit actually. No, you can't see it. Everybody's quietly watching. Yeah, don't know about the green background. I think I like it to the cream. So I didn't have much choice because I'd run out. So let's slip that. Where do I put that on? That one. I did think about doing some embossing here with like a spotty stamping thing, but I thought no, leave it alone, Sarah. Don't overdo it. But this is just to give you some ideas. Obviously you can change it and do what you want, change the colours. So I'm already thinking what I can do for a Christmas one. And yes, I think it will have to have lights in it. Ooh. I love these ornate frames. I've not used these for ages, so I just thought, no, I'm going to use them. They're so lovely. They actually brought them out last year in the Halloween suite. Oops, that's a bit off. And then they carried them over, so we were really happy actually, because I bought them for Halloween. I hadn't used them much. So when they put them in the new catalogue, I was like, yeah, I can use them more. And I haven't used them a lot, but I'm going to, because they are really lovely. Yeah, they are in the main catalogue. Pretty sure they're called ornate. I don't know if they're called ornate frames now. Got myself thinking. Maybe not. Something like that anyway. Ornate something, I think. And so this sentiment is from the Autumn Goodness. Right there. I've got to allow for the bow, so I might bring that down a bit. Oh, I'm not sure that's on level. Yeah, so really it hasn't taken that long at all. Right, what do we need now? Ribbon. So yeah, this is just gingham ribbon. This is out of the Flowers for Every Season, I believe. I have a triple pack at the back. I think it's a triple pack. I say at the back, it's with the suite, but you can find all the ribbon on the page at the back of the catalogue, or near the back of the catalogue. That very short of linen as well. Although I have got. Right, I'm going to see if we can do it with this tiny little bit. If not, I'll go up with my backup. So acorns. I've got the lovely little acorn trinkets from the suite, and they're so heavy. Hence why we're going to have to use lots of glue dots to make sure they stick. Well, yeah, just the weight of them actually, more than anything. So, how I do my bows, I do bunny ears, usually. I'm trying to show you on camera. So do a loop, and then another loop with a little bit of a gap in between, and then just cross them over. You'll never get it even, but then you can just spend time titivating. Obviously, because it's a picture, you do want it to look quite nice. Pull that tight. Depends how big you like your loops or your ears. That keeps coming undone. Oh, that's not bad actually. I think quite like that. So, with my scissors, what did I do? Oh yeah, I did it a bit longer. Do I like that? Yeah, I think that'll do. I'm being fussy now. I think I might have tied these on before I did the. No, do around the loop. So just seven the linen because that's nice and fine to go around the acorns. And then this is a little bit tricky. Just going to loop it. Make sure you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to loop it just round the. Doesn't help. I've got very sticky fingers. So I'm looping it around the middle, but you obviously want your acorns showing. So I'm just trying to work out. That's it. You can just leave them in a knot, or you can bow it and leave the bow. And have that as extra decoration. And just cut it off a little bit. I will titivate the acorns in a minute when I've got it on, I think, because now you need to turn it over and you need plenty of glue dots. So put one in the middle, purely because I say these acorns are just so heavy. And you want your ribbon to lay nice and flat as well. Shaping that one. Just one more on the tails each side. Oh, everything's so sticky. Right. And then we're just going to place it on. You can't see now, can you? Right, there we go. And then just say manipulate it a little bit more, how you like it. Bear in mind before you put it in the frame. So I'm spending time doing that. That's tail's probably a little bit too long now. Just a little bit. And I think it's done. Is it done? Yes. Oh no, I haven't put the acorns on, have I? So you could leave it like that. That's perfectly acceptable. Lovely like that. Or you can add some more embellishments. So I did all these last week, if you remember. So they're all the same ones I did. I have kept the maple leaf off because I want to use purely English, British leaves really. So it's just a case of sticking them on now. So sticky. So yeah, again, I'm just putting in 2. I know you usually should use 3, but the acorn makes 3 in my book, so I'm just going to stick them on. So I think it's just as nice without them. If you didn't have this stamp set and punch, and you just wanted to get the sprig punch to keep your costs down a little bit, I think it'd be perfectly acceptable without. The choice is yours. Might be nice to put them on dimensionals. I didn't. I've stuck them flat, but you could do. Definitely. Anybody got any questions or anything? I'm just sitting there watching, or you've all probably gone off and left me. I couldn't blame you, as I say. It's must be quite boring to watch somebody sit there and do that. But then I think maybe you needed to watch the method of how I did it. I don't know. But you can see it's not difficult at all. like to angle my acorns, just, you know, around, rather than having all the same direction. I'll make it look natural. I guess you could put the bronze acorns all around on the dimensionals or glued. That would look lovely. I don't know how that's, if they would stay on. Hopefully they would if you stuck them well. So, something to think about. Excuse me, I feel this. I've got a sneeze coming on. I don't think it helps having this fan on. Actually felt a little bit weird preparing for this today with the sun really hot outside. Not your usual autumn weather, although apparently it was hot like this last year, the same time last year. That's switching those leaves a little bit. I'm just conscious of. So yeah, that actually didn't take me long to put together. I know I'd done some of the prep beforehand. I reckon you could do it in several hours. So nice afternoon project to do in the winter, well not winter, autumn, or you know, a Sunday afternoon. Ah, now which way did I have my acorns? Oh, they're all pointing up. The colours of these leaves are the same colours that I've used with the cardstock. So this dark one's Cajun Craze, this one is Pumpkin Pie, and I did use cinnamon cider, but not the cardstock because I've run out. Nearly there. So yeah, I don't know whether it would look better with the acorns going. Not sure. I just put them all upwards, facing upwards. Yeah, I'm just trying to think when I make wreaths. The decoration tends to be symmetrical on top, I think. All depends what it is. Nearly there. I think we just need one more at the top. Oop. No, it's the same colour. Oh well. Yeah. I'm not too sure what I'll put in the frame because I think I put it in yesterday and the glue was wet, and I've got glue on the plastic glass thing, but I could put it in the frame. But yeah, it's ready to go in the frame now. Basically, that's all you have to do. I could just slip the frame over the top so you see. So you see what it looks like in the frame. So yeah, it's a little bit different from. I can't really get both of them in, can I? No, I can't fit them in. But I'll post a picture of this on my page, and then you'll be able to have a closer look of what it looks like. So, but yeah, slightly different, a little bit lighter in colour. So we'll see which one you prefer. Don't know which one I prefer yet without having to have a good look at it. But anyway, I know I can't find my mouse. Oh, there it is. So, I'll flick to my face quickly. Right, that's it. So yes, that wasn't too bad at all. 50 minutes from start to finish, even though I've done a little bit of it. So yeah, I hope you have a go. If you haven't got a sprig punch, maybe you could find a punch that's similar, or treat yourself to the sprig punch, because as I say, you could use it for Christmas as well. You could just change the colours, cardstock, and I'm pretty sure it'd be well used. Just realised that light's, oh yeah, something in there. Don't know what that is. But anyway, thank you all for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you give it a go, because it's really not difficult. Now you know, it's just the time. Okay, so I will see you next week. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you. Bye.